I recently had a question asking, how do you know where to start and which pinholes to use next while you're working? So I thought I'd make a short explainer video. So for example, this is very straightforward. This is the same start as a lot of the beginner series. And what I always do for these that need 2 pairs, I put 2 pairs on and I twist each pair, twist, twist, and then I cross, twist, cross. And that's what I've done all along the top. And now you can start anywhere. You just need to have pairs that are coming from 2 pins to get to the next pin. That's it. However, what you often see, and what I personally like to do as well, is I like to start on either side and work in diagonals because it helps me stay organized. So I'm going to go to this pin first, and it is top down. It's not necessarily left to right, but it is top down. You can only work where you have pairs coming in that can work each part. So I'm going to twist each pair and cross, twist, cross, and pin, and cross, twist, cross. And now, again, you can do multiple things. You can go different places. So I could go here and work this diagonal. I'm going to twist, twist, and place a pin. This is going to have a jagged edge. Twist, twist, and now I can do this pin. And so the reason this will have a jagged edge, let me show you. I'm going to join these, cross, twist, cross, pin, cross, twist, cross to close, twist, twist, pin. And so as I keep working this at a diagonal, this outside pair is going to create a jagged edge. Let me go next. Twist, twist, cross, twist, cross, pin, cross, twist, cross. So here, I prefer starting at a diagonal just for organization, but I could do these all the way across and just start everything all the way across. So long as I have my pairs, the right amount of pairs, twist, twist, cross, twist, cross, cross, twist, cross. I could join everything up all the way across and work in a row. But yeah, I guess it's a habit that I've gotten into. I'm going to finish this so that I can show you that triangle edge and what I meant by that. So here's this pair that's coming around that pin, and I've twisted it twice. This has 1 twist, cross, twist, cross. So you can see it's going to create a jagged edge. Let me show you a couple of different things that you might see while you're working. Okay, I've worked a straight across. And when I would do this typically is if I am going to pause my work and take my bobbins and pillow somewhere else, like I'm going to the castle that day, and that just helps keep the balance of all of the bobbins on either side of my pillow. And yeah, it's just for organization. Again, it's just organization. Let me show you another thing that you might come across that you might see. Here you can see I've worked a diagonal the whole way, and the only thing I can do is go back up to the top of the diagonal and start again. The reason I can't do anything else is because you have to have 2 pairs coming to join pins. So like I wouldn't be able to start here because I have to have a pair coming from here, and I have to have a pair coming from here, and there is no pair there, not yet. So I would go back to the top of my row. Here I'm making this triangle shark tooth edge, so it's a pair by itself, and then I can join these. Cross, twist, cross, pin, cross, twist, cross, twist, 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 twist. I'm doing 4 twists on the outside. And then I can do this next pair and this pair. And the farther down you go, you can start going straight across if you want to. It's just, yeah, it's all preference and what feels the most comfortable to you. So here I can, instead of going this way, I can go that way. But it's just, I have to have pairs coming in from both sides so that I can reach the pin. And it really is a little bit of, once you know what you're looking at, you know what you're looking at, which isn't super helpful, I think, but it is true. It's not helpful advice exactly, but it is a lot of, the more you work on patterns, the easier it is for you to see what needs to happen, what should happen, where your threads need to go in order to complete the shapes and the stitches that you're trying to achieve. So again, here, if I wanted to, I can go back up. I don't have to continue this diagonal all the way down. I can go back. And the only reason I can do that is because there are things that can be done up here. So again, because I need to have 2 pairs to come in to get that pin, I have the 2 pairs. So now I can do that stitch if I want to. I can do that closing. Okay, let me show you a few more things. If I were to walk away from this project and come back, there are 2 places that I could start. I could start here or I could start here. And the way that I know that is that we are working top down, and often I work in diagonals just because it helps keep things organized. But here I have all of the pairs I need to work this spider shape. Or I could start over here and I could start going diagonally this way too. Because I have the pairs that I need to reach that pin. So this is my pattern for the Christmas light bulbs. And because this isn't torchon, which is just, you know, straight up and down, basically, just looking at the pattern, which I don't want to show the whole thing, just looking at the pattern, you don't know where to start just looking at it. Without instructions, you do have to have a basic understanding of how lace works, and you know, but that's why with my instructions I tell you exactly where to start, and I have the pins marked in different colors, and it'll say start here, and then I walk you through it. And if you look at some of my tutorials for things that aren't super geometric, those are the ones where it is very helpful for someone to say, this is where you start, and you do this, and then you do that, and step by step. So this is an example. It's another example of how to read patterns. And this I had to figure out completely on my own because the pattern didn't even have, it didn't even tell me how many bobbins to use. So I tried it about a year ago and I gave up, and I tried it again and I figured it out to the best of my ability. But something like this as well, it didn't come with any instructions, and that's, and you know what, I don't know who the artist is either, so I can't tell you that. I got it at a shuntansa here, one of our local lace guild gatherings, but they have there's a lot of things that they assume, which is they assume that if you were to purchase this, then you already know what you're looking at. So so for example, this is a leaf tally, and you have to know leaf tallies. This I can tell is a filled piece. All of this is going to be filled, and that's what I've done here. These are picots. I personally don't always like how picots look, so I haven't done them. That's just my choice. This is cloth stitch. These in here, that's a chain stitch. So there's a lot of assumption going on. And also, this is not a top-down pattern. You can tell by the shapes that it's not a top-down pattern. How this works is I have to work this section is separate from this section until there's just a couple of places where they join. Stuff like that. Just, yeah. Yeah, this is extremely advanced, but keep in mind that I have about 4 years of experience and I was able to figure this out. So it is a lot of, you start to learn shapes, you start to learn, you know, you use lots of different patterns and you start learning different, you know, tips and tricks from all over the place. And then when you look at a pattern, just visually, you'll be able to understand what is supposed to be happening. So keep it up. I hope this was helpful. Just keep making lace, and it won't be long before you start to see the pattern and where you prefer to go next. One other little tip that I can give you is if you were to walk away from your work and you know, I'm not going to remember where I was when I left, what I would do is I would take a different colored pin or like a special pin and place it right where you want to start the next time when you come back. So this is what I would do. I would finish a pin and I would put in a color. And then I'd be like, okay, that's right. That's where I left off. And I knew that I wanted to go diagonally. So anyway, I hope that's helpful. Good luck out there. Bye.